Hey everyone, my name is Wedge, and today we're looking at the second coming of Splinter Twin in Modern. Yup, that's right, they banned Splinter Twin, but gosh darn it, we're bringing it back. Today we're looking at a super competitive version of Saheeli Twin, and you can see the entire list by clicking the first link in the description. Do hope you enjoy this modern deck tech video, and if you do, be sure to hit that like button right below the video. It helps out a lot. We'll begin this deck tech with the stars of the deck and the infinite combo that infuriates players everywhere. Saheeli, Ryan, Felidar Guardian. When Felidar Guardian enters the battlefield, you get to flicker another permanent you control. Pretty simple. When the Guardian is on the battlefield and you drop Saheeli, you can use her -2, create a token copy of the Guardian. That enter the battlefield ability triggers, you flicker Saheeli. She comes back because she's a new Saheeli. She gets to -2 again, creating another Felidar Guardian that flickers her again, and this keeps going on forever. You get infinite Felidar Guardians. Best part, they have haste. The tokens that Saheeli creates all have haste because they're supposed to be exiled at the beginning of the next end step, but that's never going to happen because you're attacking with 50,000 Felidar Guardian tokens. This is the main win condition in the deck. This is the second coming of Splinter Twin, and this entire deck looks to support this combo and mess with the opponent. I cannot wait to show you this monster. To get the combo running as fast as inhumanly possible, the deck runs playsets of Arbor Elf, Birds of Paradise, and Utopia Sprawl. This is rampant fixing galore right here. Arbor Elf can untap basic force or shock lands. We'll go over them in a bit. Birds of Paradise is universal mana fixing and drops on turn 1, so disgusting. And Utopia Sprawl is essentially the same thing, hanging on the back of a forest, which again, can be a basic forest or non-basic shock land. These three cards help the color fix and get Saheeli and the Guardian out quickly and consistently. In case that isn't enough enabling for you, Oath of Nissa's in the deck is a 3 of. What a bomb card in the strategy. This Oath is going to let you go 3 cards deep. You can grab a mana producer you need, the Guardian itself, any creature goodie, any land you need, or Saheeli. You get what you need to your hand, get rid of the useless stuff, and then casting Saheeli is easy as pie. What a card. If you can't get the right mana, whatever, who cares? Oath of Nissa does it for you. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast Planeswalker spells. So brutal, so consistent. This deck is hilarious. So it's pretty clear we have a goal in mind. Get Saheeli and the Guardian onto the battlefield as soon as possible, as consistently as possible. Now, I don't know if you know this, but when you play Modern, your opponents get to do things. I know, it's outrageous. Anyways, we're running a bunch of Blood Moon and a playset of Lightning Bolt because we are not about to deal with any of that nonsense. Blood Moon turns off so many decks. Think about all the strategies that rely on non-basic lands. The list is actually shorter if you think of the decks that don't rely on them. Blood Moon doesn't hit us nearly as hard as it hits most decks thanks to our color fixers and cards like Utopia Sprawl and Oath of Nissa. We're just fine, trust me. Blood Moon is something you play aggressively when you know it can shut down opponents and you have a way out from under it. It's pretty straightforward and pretty powerful. Lightning Bolt is one of, if not the most powerful spell in Modern, just straight up. It's crazy strong and comes with a ton of versatility, kills most staple creatures in the format, easy to include in a deck like this. Remember, while this strategy can get off the ground quickly without our combo pieces, it's important we have tools to survive until we do get them. Literally can't get more mana efficient than Lightning Bolt. Combos have a tendency to be fragile, but this deck runs a pair of Eternal Witness for some insane value. Not only can the Witness enter the battlefield and return a fallen piece of your combo, but with Saheeli on the battlefield, you can flicker the Witness and get even more back. Great combo of cards and honestly a great representation of what this deck can do and just how much pure value it can generate. Eternal Witness and Saheeli go in the distance, adding to the consistency. For a combo deck, this is looking more and more like Twin every second, I'm just saying. Up to this point, we've seen a healthy spread of enabling, disruption, and our combo pieces. What makes this deck unique and powerful? The rest of the strategy. Thanks to Saheeli, there are plenty of creatures we can include in this deck that have powerful synergy with her copy ability. We've already spoken about Eternal Witness, but Huntmaster of the Fells is in the main deck to be copied, which gains you life, and you get a wolf token, solid against aggressive strategies looking to down your life total early. Same with Thragtusk, also in the deck. Thragtusk is even more ridiculous than the Huntmaster, with an enter and leaves the battlefield trigger, gaining a lot of life and creating beasts the entire way through. Saheeli makes these creatures shine brighter than they normally would, and they already shine pretty dang bright. Finally, Tireless Tracker joins the main deck party. Investigating is actually pretty strong, and having a constant source of clues isn't something to underestimate. Saheeli can even copy the tracker. You drop a land, get double clues, and again, just so much value. Saheeli Twin is a deck designed around this type of value. The only way this deck wins games is through sheer focus. The entire strategy is based on value generated by Saheeli, whether it's small value, like additional clues from a Tireless Tracker, or big value, like going infinite with Felidar Guardian and winning the game. Both of these examples are exactly why this deck is 5-0ing leagues. It is why the deck is a force to be reckoned with, and it's why the thing is so dang consistent. It doesn't feel like a combo deck. It really doesn't. But wow, does it feel amazing to cast Saheeli and flicker that Guardian into an infinity. It's like the best feeling ever since Twin. Alright, now we get to talk about my favorite card in the entire deck, Glittering Wish. This is what has broken the deck wide open. This is what separates it from previous iterations. Glittering Wish is all over the place now, and wow, does this card do work! Letting you grab any card you want from your sideboard gives this strategy near infinite answers against anything. Now sure, you can only grab a multicolored card, but guess what? That's what the sideboard is, a bunch of multicolored cards. So instead of going over the sideboard after we finish the deck like we normally do, we're gonna look at it now, because these 4 Glittering Wish, they're effectively dozens of cards. And let's be honest, Modern is a format based on the sideboard, right? Preparing the right deck for the metagame. What if you didn't have to do that? What if Glittering Wish did that for you, and you pack the board with silver bullets? You are really going to enjoy this. Here's the extension of this deck, just really enjoy it. Fulminator Mage and Geist of Saint Trapped can come in against Tron. The Mage destroys the lands, and the Geist is rarely blockable, meaning your 4/4 Angel will get in over and over again. That's not so bad. Against aggressive strategies, we are prepared. Fiery Justice, Assault and Battery, Fire Spout for aggro decks and spirits, get wrecked ghosties, Lightning Helix to keep us alive, and Supreme Verdict to wipe everything out. This suite of aggressive spells are all tutorable thanks to Glittering Wish. What a crazy card! Moving along, graveyard decks suck. We hate them. Wheel of Sun and Moon, multicolored spell, totally wipes out any graveyard nonsense. And it's cheap, so it's coming down fast even after using the Wish to go get it. It's so efficient. Then we can grab Wear Tear and Night of Autumn for affinity, Bogles, anything that uses enchantments or artifacts at all. Against combo decks like Stormer Ad Nauseam, Gaddock Teague just stops them right quick. So disgusting. This entire package is set up to win against a range of different strategies in the format. Glittering Wish may very well be the future of this format in decks that can support the color burden. Looking at all of the cards I just talked about, yeah, there's something in there for basically every deck in the format. Dang, this gets me excited. This is good stuff. We've been talking a lot about this deck's consistency, and part of that is the mana base. Remember, we are running 4 Arbor Elf, 4 Birds of Paradise, 3 Oath of Nissa, and 4 Utopia Sprawl. We're doing really well on fixing, which means we can get away with running 21 lands. Windswept Heath and Wooded Foothills are in the deck in multiples to help search for our Temple Garden, Stomping Ground, and Breeding Pool. The pool in case we need a natural source of blue mana, of course. Add in 6 Forests because this is a heavily green deck early game, 1 Mountain and 2 Plains, and you have the 21 land mana base, which again is more than enough for what we're trying to do here. Think about it. Nothing in this deck is particularly expensive. Thrag Tusk is a one of, and that's going to take us to the bank. That's the most expensive thing we're going to cast. Even after using Glittering Wish in the same turn, we'll be able to cast most of the silver bullets for a couple mana. No need to put more land than necessary into this deck. You will dilute it. Don't go overboard. 21 lands is perfect. Saheeli Twin is a really cool take on the Splinter Twin concept of old, and while it won't have the same overpowering nature, it's more than powerful enough to hold up to any tier 1 strategy. It's a breath of fresh air as far as I'm concerned, and the latest versions of the deck are actually winning a lot. I don't think this is a deck you want to sleep on. With that said, if this strategy is something that you think you might enjoy, you can see the list by clicking the link in the description. I honestly believe you're going to like it. And as far as modern decks go, it's not that expensive, believe it or not. Many of the most important cards are pretty cheap. I really hope you enjoyed this modern deck tech, and if there is anything you want to see specifically in the future, please let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. There are a ton of amazing cards in this deck, but the best one by far is Glittering Wish. This dang card has helped this deck come together, really is the MVP here. Want to know a fun fact? Glittering Wish has only ever been printed one time, and it's only $4.50 right now on TCG Player. That's so cheap, considering it's only ever been printed once, and it's a rare, and it's a modern playable card from Future Sight, one of the most expensive and infamous sets ever. Please buy this card if you need it. You can click the link on this screen. It'll help the channel. You'll get this card for the cheapest it'll ever be. Again, I love your faces. Enjoy.